Connecting Austin to Seattle.
We are Dos Amigas talking everything F1.
I'm Lisette.
And I'm Amanda. Bienvenidos
Bienvenidas
a
a Circuitos y
Fritos y
Chisme.
Chisme.
We'll
We'll
get
get
it
that.
right.
Yeah, eventually we'll get it right.
We're gonna harmonize like no one's ever harmonized before.
We should be like, ahora. That should be like our, like, I don't know. We just need to
Do
like
you
come up
remember
with,
Primer Impacto and Primer
yes.
Impacto? That'll be us.
Yo, Primer Impacto gave me like, scared me straight,
The
man.
Chupacabra, the
Yeah,
sensational stuff, the
dude, like,
duendes, all the things.
yes, all the craziest news came from Primer Impacto, like as a kid. And I'd just be like, I don't know, like I don't think I should have watched that as a child, but I definitely was.
Why was anyone watching that? Adults or children? It was all sensational, made up, like the Loch Ness Monster is real. But remember Walter Mercado?
Oh my God, I love Walter.
Bring back. No one has that same level of energy than he did.
Did you watch his
So
documentary?
I did.
Wasn't it so good?
It was so good.
Okay, totally off topic too, but
Totally.
Bomba Estéreo and Rawayana, they have like a collab group called Astropical, and they launched an album last summer called Astropical, and it's about all the horoscopes. So it goes like through all of the horoscopes, and each track is like a song tied to a horoscope. It
I
is my
love that.
it is mine and Sophie's favorite album. It's so good, and like I don't know, Bomba Estéreo and Rawayana just have like such a vibe. If you want to be happy, you should listen to that album.
We're gonna
Anyway,
have to plug this because I love Bomba Stereo like so hard, and I didn't know that they had a collab.
yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Like
Amazing.
it should have blown up more than it did. Anyway, we can keep going.
We can keep going, but our audience now knows that we're into some good music. We love Walter Mercado.
And Primer Impacto
And Primer
scarred
and
us for
Primer
life. I don't
Impacto
know.
traumatized us. Oh, there's that. Okay, just before we skip through it, it's all very important. All of our socials are up and live. We have IG, we have Los TikToks, we have a Spotify and Apple Podcast. So we have it all. And now that we're recording on Tuesday, we will put this out on Wednesday. So we're right on schedule. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we're recording a little bit late because obviously you can hear I sound terrible. I've been like really sick, so I have like
Oh,
all of my stuff here. So forgive me. I'm gonna try to mute if I cough, pero así es la cosa.
así pasa. Así pasan las cosas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we thought it was going to be like it's not in season, but it feels like we're in full-fledged like silly season. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to
Yeah.
talk about the FIA race updates. We're going to talk about rumors about a rescheduling of the Saudi Arabia GP and just everything else that's going on in F1 because silly season, I guess, might involve the drivers too with all the
I know.
changes. So I don't know. I was not expecting any of this to
I know.
happen.
I
I
know.
thought we
And
were going to be kind of twirling our thumbs, to be honest, on like the F1 news for until the next GP, but wow, like,
but hear me out. I feel like the pause in the races has provided this like vacuum of space where like there needs to be drama, and it's
yeah,
like allowed for one, the FIA to kind of like get their stuff together. And we'll talk about that in a little bit to see like if they actually are getting things together.
they
And
better
then,
be.
right, I know, they
They
totally
better
need to.
be.
And then on the other hand, I think that all of this, what is the saying? It's like idle hands. I don't know. There's just like too much like time not spent on racing. So then it like people begin to spiral and think about other things and think about poaching. And so I think it's just like this vacuum of space has like allowed that because if they were going back to back racing, they would be busy like doing like the normal stuff that they need to do to get the cars on
That's
track and get them.
true.
So I just kind of feel like it's a symptom of Like what's going on.
But it's also kind of like some of them really do just need to be focusing on their cars. Like there's so much going on. There's a lot of, lack of performance going on.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, it's a lot. And with I guess the FIA, I guess let's jump into the FIA
Yeah.
updates. Um, there's still a lot of conversations going on. There's various sessions and meetings that still need to happen. And then I guess the final decision is going to be made like in April.
Which, dude, I'm pulling up my calendar. That is so close to the
So
Miami GP.
close.
I
I
gotta
know.
hold on. I
It's
need to
like
see a
what the,
calendar like in a month view. It's the week before
yeah,
the Miami GP, right? When is Miami GP? May.
May 5th, I believe, the first week of
No.
May.
It's 2 weeks
Oh, it's two
antes.
weeks. Okay,
Pero,
so, pero
pero
still,
se me hace muy corto. There's not enough time, yo creo.
I don't think it's enough time. They're really not going to be able to do much. And then on
Well,
top of that, some decisions have already been made. So one of the things that I kind of snickered a little bit, and I'm actually like curious to see how this is going to pan out
mm-hmm.
starting Miami, is that that rule where they blocked the whole emergency shut off that Red Bull and Mercedes were using for quali.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've seen Mercedes consistently come in pole position for the quali, but I didn't know that. I think I saw rumors that they had been deploying this like emergency shut off or whatever. And like now that's completely banned. And I guess Red Bull was doing the same thing. And now I'm wondering like
Hmm.
how does this impact Mercedes? Because since Mercedes is the benchmark car, they don't get any modifications. They
Yeah,
don't
for the Aldual.
for the
Aldual?
Aldo. Yeah. So now I'm like, is Mercedes still going to be the top team? Are they still going to be coming in pole position? I don't know. That's all the questions I have on that
Didn't that just happen
decision.
today? Like
That
today,
happened
Tuesday,
today.
April 14th?
It's been a long week. I could have sworn I saw this yesterday, but it very much could have been literally today. And I'm like scrolling on my
I
social
don't know.
media at like 6 in the morning.
I can't keep up.
I
I
can't keep
can't.
up. I know. And then what else? What else is coming through? They're definitely going to address the safety issues, right? I saw that they were going
Hmm.
to push this holistic, like everyone has to do the software update that is basically going to prevent energy deployments at like top speeds. They're going to increase, I think, the energy capability so that they're not coming in with such like a big differential of
Yeah.
speed,
Yeah.
which I mean, I feel like honestly, those are going to be like the two things that they'll commit to.
Yeah. Were they going to do
I don't
something
know.
about the super clipping stuff too? Or is that already addressed in the other ones?
I think they're going to try to address the super clipping by, what is it, reducing the amount of harvesting, or ugh, I forget like all the technicality of like what's going on. But yeah, I think that is another big thing that will potentially get addressed
Yeah.
and agreed upon. And then I know I was reading like a bunch of headlines of like, are they gonna bring in some changes and bring in more combustion and essentially change that ratio of like electric to fuel? And
Mm.
there's no way that's gonna happen. I think for me, it's like someone just needs to come in and shut that down because these teams invested so much
I don't think
money.
that would ever happen. I don't think,
No,
yeah.
there's no way. It's too expensive. There's not a single team that could afford changing like their whole
Yeah.
engine.
Well, yeah. I mean, the FIA too, like, wouldn't want to backtrack like so much. Then that would totally be like egg on their
No.
face, and like they don't even ever want to accept like or admit when they're wrong. So like,
Yeah,
I
that's true.
definitely don't see them backtracking this much. Um, I guess we're kind of filming this on the wrong timing or whatever. I mean, the news doesn't really align with our recording schedule. How dare they?
How dare
But
they?
the FIA meetings are set for tomorrow, the 15th and the 16th,
Yes.
and then that final one on the 20th. So I feel like on the 20th, that's when it's like supposed to be like everybody and their mama is going to be in that one. Um, Tomorrow's and Thursdays is like a much more like smaller group. I think that's where we're going to get like the meat of like the major changes, and then on the
Hmm.
20th it just seems like it's like they're reading everybody in is kind of like what I'm kind of guessing from from like who's involved in each of the meetings.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. And this is the meeting that it's also supposed to be really like safeguarded, right? Like there was that whole
Mm-hmm.
controversy of someone leaking to the media, like what was being discussed in those meetings. So I wonder, like, are we gonna get another snitch? Are we gonna
Please,
wait until it's
snitches don't get
officially
stitches.
released? I know. I
Please.
know.
I need like a little.
We know who leaked. We all know who leaked.
Who was it?
Well, everyone jokes that it was George
Oh, it
because
tracks.
George.
George is
Yeah.
our corporate snitch. Yeah, duh.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
know. But I think
Um,
Carlos is like, I don't know what like the formal position is, but it's like he's the kind
it's
of
like
like the lead.
for the drivers.
Yeah, for the driver. So I don't think he
Like,
would leak though. He's too professional.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't
Maybe.
think he would either. I want to know everything.
I know.
But I just don't really see the harm in letting fans and drivers are disappointed with the way that these regs are going, right? And
I
so
know.
I don't really see why there's like a problem with transparency and like here's what we're going to discuss. But then the FIA be doing FIA stuff like since from forever. So like I don't know. We want to know everyone's invested. Like why not just like share?
I
Um
know. I think that would
anyway,
appease the fans more of just like knowing like what's coming and then give us a little bit of time to process and,
yeah.
you know, deal with it. Instead, they're just the FIA. I mean, and this
Oh,
is a leadership level. I think you and I at some point discussed how there is so much to learn, not only from the leadership aspect of the Toto Wolves, you know, of the sport, but
yeah.
on the complete opposite, it's like the leadership of the FIA, which is always controversial. It's as controversial as maybe like FIFA in terms of people feeling it's corrupt. There's little to no transparency. It's completely subjective on like how they make up rules and how they actually implement the rules and the
Yeah.
penalties. So I don't know. It's like they're really not helping the case with everything that's happening, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, on the like the political part of things, we can kind of move on maybe to the next topic where I saw it's like being like reported that the Saudi Arabia GP is going to be moved to December 6th, um,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I think that they didn't officially cancel it, they postponed it. And I was like talking to some
Oh,
friends at work about this, and it was like the language used around cancel versus postpone. There's just so much money wrapped up in these races, and specifically the ones in the Middle East. Like, there's so
yep.
much money involved. And, like, I mean, there's, yeah, like, even just like from like sponsorship levels, there's just like so much going on there. So
Well, the
apparently,
fact that these races are even they broke into the Middle East, right? I mean, that
yeah,
came at a huge cost. I think, you know, I'm sure you have too. We've read reports on like how expensive it is for a city to become a Grand Prix sponsor. And these are big spenders. Like, I remember seeing that the Saudi government wanted to buy McLaren. It's like a
oh,
government owning an
one of the
entire
teams.
teams. Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't, I mean, that tracks. I mean, that doesn't surprise
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So if the Saudi Arabia GP moves to December 6th, then that moves Abu Dhabi down to like to the following week.
Yeah.
So we'd have Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Abu Dhabi.
And then Abu
That,
Dhabi.
oh yeah, sorry. Did I get that wrong? Yeah, no, I
Nope,
got
you
it
got it
right.
right. Yeah.
Cool. So like I feel like I don't know, that's just kind of like what's being like thrown about right now. There's so much like still uncertainty there, but we'll have to see. Just kind of like with also like the stability in the region, like what happens there. But it's like a long year. I mean, we're barely
It's a
in
long
April.
year. I know. And given everything that still continues to unravel with a war, um, yeah, I'm actually surprised to see these rumors because there's no indication that things are going to improve.
Yeah.
So I was a little surprised. And I in my first initial thought is like, why wouldn't they do it during the summer break so they don't extend the calendar out? Because I think the drivers also have been really outspoken about how long the calendars are these days and
Yeah.
how hard all the traveling is. But obviously the weather, it is
Yeah.
just way too hot in the summer. It would be
Well,
impossible for
did
them to be racing with those temperatures.
you watched during COVID, right? Like in
Yeah,
2020. Okay, so do you remember when, like, I don't know why this isn't, I guess it's money. Money. Duh, girl. That's why this isn't being
money.
discussed. But do you remember like in COVID when like they would leverage the same track over
Yeah,
weekends, but they would call it like a different
a different,
Grand
yeah.
Prix. I I'm wondering why like that wasn't done in this case because there's obviously plenty of tracks in like Europe that are like close where like you could arguably like move some of those races over like in the summer break or something else. Maybe that is
Yeah.
something that they will do, but they're just I don't know. I I don't really understand like the
Why they would like stick with that.
yeah,
I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know. I
Well,
mean, I think it's just money. I think it comes down to money, but at the same time I'm like, but like stability in the region, like what's going to happen there? So,
I know.
anyways,
How would they even like ship? I mean, just like the logistics, we talked about this. Like everything's in a blockade in that area. Like
yeah.
logistically, I just my brain is a little fried with that. Like I wouldn't even know.
I don't
But
know.
anyway,
Maybe MBS has something pulled up his sleeve for that. I don't know. Maybe he tiene pegue, and I don't know. Like maybe he has like
that's true.
influence. Una mordida
Influence.
para alguien.
Yeah, I mean, that would that would track.
Yeah.
That would track. All
Uh,
right. Okay, now can we get into this silly season Game of Thrones situation that we're in? All because Mr. GP announced, well, I guess he didn't announce, the news media. I don't know if it was a leak or it was a breaking news, but it definitely broke the news that day.
when I saw my phone, I was going to the gynecologist and I like opened up TikTok. No, it was Instagram, but it was one of them. And
One of them, yeah.
I was like, is
Huh?
this real? And yeah, this was last week, right? And I
Yeah.
was like, is this like an old like April Fool's joke
Yeah.
that I missed because like I have been like I don't know, I've been busy and I was like, is it like my timeline like this
Off.
stale?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
No,
so real. I was like,
so real.
what?
I know. And I think you mentioned this. Like, the first thing that came to my mind is Max is quitting. Like, Max is quitting. And then now we're seeing the whole rumor mill around Max himself. Not only is the rumor mill that he's not quitting, but that I mean, he didn't shut down the potential of going to Ferrari.
Why do they never like okay, do you not see what has happened to those before you? Like Max, why would you just be like, I'm good on the Tifosi? Because he was around when Vettel moved from Red Bull to Ferrari and
Yep.
like where Vettel just like struggled for so long. Like, and then you see like you saw Lewis move from well, Mercedes was struggling at the time también, pero
Yeah.
okay. But like you saw this last year and this year, and you're like, yeah, I'll entertain
I'll
it.
go. Yeah.
What?
It's so weird.
So
And I
weird to me.
wonder, and I just wonder too. I mean, I feel like the shakeups are kind of refreshing for Ferrari. The rumor also that Hannah might be or is in talks with
Yeah,
Ferrari. I mean, we all know that the Ferrari strategy is their downfall. Like
Hannah
a hundred
Schmitz.
percent.
Yeah,
Yeah, Hannah Schmidt. So sí, para todos los que no conocen a Hannah, she is the mastermind, the strategic mastermind behind Redfall that has, I think, one could attribute almost their entire success in the last couple of seasons um, to her strategy calls.
yeah. And she came up with the organization too. Like
Yeah.
she, I think, started there. She's our age, girl. I'm like,
She
what?
is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like she's 2 years older than us, but
Still, she's our age. Yeah.
she's our age. I saw like that she started like as an intern and then just kind of like moved her way up the ranks. But I think I don't know on Reddit, everyone's like it would be too good of a too good of a strategy for Ferrari to think to poach her.
But
But
can you imagine though? Like that would
I
be
think it
such
would
a
be
game changer.
I think it would be super cool.
I think they do need that change.
Pero la
Um,
problema para Ferrari es que la gente o lo que la gente que quieren snatch up,
mhm.
they have to move to Italy. Todos los otros equipos tienen headquarters in
En
the
Inglaterra.
UK. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And that is one of the problems, supposedly, allegedly, with Jonathan Wheatley
Yeah,
moving.
from
There's also
Audi.
like, yeah. We can get into that in a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think that that's like a problem for Ferrari is like their home base is in Italy and it's hard to get people to like move, um,
I'll do it.
move there. You okay? Uh,
Mándenme.
Lisette will go. The other rumor around Max being like loose in the seat that I've seen is him going, him being loose in the seat and staying within F1 is that he's like perhaps interested in going to Mercedes, which I don't know. I don't know how true that is. I mean, I think like Toto was trying to like woo him
Mhm.
before he signed Kimmy and
Yeah.
that they were seen like yachting together. And I think Jos Verstappen was like talking to Toto and
Yeah.
they were like on a jet together, on a private plane together. So like that's another one that's kind of it's kind of there, but also like Olive would not have been possible if GP had stayed put potentially.
Yeah.
Um
I heard the
so
rumor that he would potentially go to McLaren too,
but
because
who would
Zach Brown was also trying to never rule out bringing in Max to
but
McLaren.
how would that go? The
I don't
marketing
know.
man and Max. Like
I just
I
don't
don't
see it.
me neither. I don't see and then also okay, suspended reality. Say Max goes to McLaren to go work for Zach Brown,
Yeah.
fat chance.
Yeah.
Potentially,
Who
maybe.
likes papaya rules? Put papaya, implement papaya rules on Max.
Okay, okay. I kind of like Zach Brown a little bit, but
Ay,
sometimes he
a mí
gets
me
kind of
cae tan
annoying.
mal.
I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's annoying.
He's a
Most of the
pick
time,
me.
he's annoying. Okay, he is. Um, he's just like so American, and I'm
I
like,
know. Isn't that cultural? Like it's so apparent though.
it's a choque for sure.
Yeah. Which
Okay, but here's the
anyway,
thing. So I can see Max going over to potentially maybe
to
if an
Mercedes.
no, if to McLaren, if like
Ah,
Andrea Stella was still going to stay there. But Andrea is supposedly
rumors.
allegedly moving to Ferrari.
I know.
So
No,
then
but I think they blocked that. I think they shut that down. They were like, Fred is not going anywhere.
they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. They love
But
okay.
but
Fred was also totally like out of the normal like ascension train that Ferrari
Mhm.
typically follows. They always typically hire like an Italian from within.
Yeah.
And Andrea had been at
He
Ferrari
yeah,
for
he
like
has the
a long
history.
time. Yeah, so I'm like, it makes sense for him to go back. I can also see Andrea like not really thriving under Zach because Zach plays such like an overpowering role. Like you would people think that he's like the team principal,
But I
but
think that
he's not.
I read that that's why GP wants to come in because I think the idea, or I don't know how accurate, I mean, this is all rumors, right? Nothing is going to get confirmed until it gets confirmed. But
Yeah.
I also read that they want to give Andrea a clearer role that would essentially kind of remove
Yes.
this like weird ass role that Zach Brown plays. He's the CEO. He's not a team principal, pero se mete
Entre
demasiado.
todo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so then it would be like, okay, Andrea has this more clearly defined role, which, us corporate people, we love. We love clearly defined roles. And then it would be, yeah, GP kind of being like the true like head race engineer.
In that case, then I
at
could see him
McLaren.
going to McLaren for sure.
Pero quién sabe? I mean, no one, we won't know until, okay, when do you
And then wait,
think
oh my God, okay.
confirmation?
But then, okay, if he goes to McLaren, who gets booted?
Max, you mean?
Like if Max goes to McLaren, who gets the?
I think it would be Oscar.
I think so too. But
But you
then
know what? Oscar deserves a team that will put him
back
in
him,
as their number
yeah,
one driver
I agree.
because he, man, the Lando fans are going to come for us, but I think Oscar is a better driver than
I think
Lando.
so too.
He's more minus the rut he was in. I do feel there's a better level of consistency.
Facts, 100%. I think Lando always struggles on the starts. He like
Mm-hmm.
consistently has that problem and he can't get like
He can't keep his pole position.
well that, but then also just like from a consistency standpoint, like he really struggles and has
Yeah,
continued to struggle. He's no longer a spring chicken in this anymore. It's like you
I
need
know.
to deliver consistently. Um and yeah, I mean I like him. I think he has redeeming qualities. He's like
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
He's a good driver. I'm not saying he's
yes.
terrible, but I'm saying if you're comparing the two, um, yeah, like I think that Piastri is just he reminds me a lot of like Kimi Räikkönen, where he's like just
Steady, doing
like
his job.
monotone, no emotion, which I
I
think you
love
kind of
that.
need a little bit. And but then when he gets fired up, he's like super fired up, and then you know like
Yeah,
oh shit, there's like a problem. Um,
yep,
but yeah.
yep.
Anyways, I can see Max going to McLaren. I don't
I
know.
mean,
Well,
if
who knows?
McLaren was smart, I feel like a Max and Oscar would be such a power duo if they eliminated the papaya rules and really let them race. It would be dangerous. Like they would be battling it out, but I think you would have two of the best drivers, 100%. But I don't know. Where else would Oscar go though? Like who would jump to snatch him up?
I don't know. Again, it's like one is loose, and then it's like musical chairs,
I know.
and then someone gets left without a seat or something. But Max leaving Red Bull opens up I
Everything.
saw opens up I saw potentially allegedly
Allegedly.
allegedly
Allegedly.
this is like I think I was like it was like something on TikTok but like potentially opens up like a seat for Carlos to return to like the Red Bull fam.
Do you think he would go to Red Bull seeing how they treat his drivers? And I know that they're under new leadership, but for him, that was one of the things I read. I think I watched an interview where he
Yeah,
was like, I went to Williams because I want he's like, he wants a long-term committed relationship.
se
And
quiere casar.
that is not Red Bull. That is absolutely not Red Bull. And Red Bull has the Red Bull Racing drivers, right? Which is like, they're also like
Yeah,
doing great.
yeah, I don't know
I
what
don't
they
know. I
I
read that Carlos would end up. Wait, what team did I see? Oh, McLaren, but he's already been at McLaren. So he's been at McLaren, he's been at Ferrari.
that's a problem. He's been through a lot of different teams,
He's had
not
bad
through his
luck.
own. Some of it was his own choosing, I guess, but then part of it was like he was forced to, right?
Yeah.
This like latest move, he was
Yeah.
forced to go
I
to
mean, if I
Williams.
was at McLaren and I got a call from Ferrari, I don't blame him for jumping because that was, I think, the one of the bigger shakeups was,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But like, I don't know, like, I think Carlos tried to put like a pretty facade on having to go to Williams, but the reality was that there were no
there
other
weren't
real
better
options.
options.
There weren't
Yeah.
because I think at that point, secretly, Cadillac had probably already locked up Valtteri and Sergio in contracts because
Yeah.
I think supposedly they were signed like for a while without like people
Yeah.
really knowing, or there were in talks. I
Pero
think
can you
Sergio had
imagine
alluded
alluded
allusioned.
to a contract?
Yeah. That was
No,
in a longer period. Or
pero
like,
no
I guess,
creo
dijo que era como un año que andaba hablando con
un
Cadillac.
año. Oh, that's a long
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yeah.
Pero luego también no me imagino a Carlos que se quisiera ir a Cadillac sabiendo que, bueno, el
Es algo
desarrollamiento
de nuevo,
es
completamente
demasiado
nuevo. Yeah.
nuevo
Mm-hmm.
y no tiene el legado que tiene Williams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think James Vowell must have been the sweetest talking negotiator like in the world because
He needs to do
how
one of those. Yeah.
how he locked down Carlos, like granted to your point, I don't think he had too many like real decent options. Pero qué le dijo en verdad para irse a Williams?
You know, I think that James Fowles strikes me as well, he comes from like the Total Wolf school of like leadership, right?
Mhm.
Leadership and coaching. And I think that for someone that feels like done dirty, like I think Carlos was unintentionally like done dirty by like Lewis making this
Yeah.
like crazy move to Ferrari. Um, I think he just kind of like needed someone to be like, we believe in you. We
Yeah,
think you're
we got
great.
you. We'll back you.
Yeah.
You'll be our guy. Like
It maybe
we
didn't,
wouldn't do this to you.
yeah, it maybe didn't need to be like that much. And I think maybe he just needed to feel like appreciated.
Yeah.
And I think that Toto's form of leadership, um, he like kind of tends to like wrap his arms around his drivers and like supporting them in
Yeah.
like a really, and I see that from James Fowles. I
Yeah.
wish they would get it again. We talk about this all the time. I wish they would just like get it together.
I know.
Easier said than done.
I don't know. The rumor mill has me excited. It sounds like Williams is doing a massive overhaul ahead of
Yeah,
Miami
he said they're gonna be in the factory like every day all
every
day.
day. I know. I know. James, don't get my hopes high, but I'm rooting for you. Okay, so with the musical chairs that is like being discussed
Oh,
in the rumor mill, about Ferrari though, like we talked about this last time how I was like, I don't think they would renew Lewis because they want fresh blood, and Ollie is rumored to be the like next driver for Ferrari. So, do you think Ferrari would truly just be like, make way for Max? Like,
oh, I
because
don't know.
Max wouldn't sign a long contract. And also, at what point does Leclerc say, you know what, I'm out? Like, if they're gonna bring in Max, Max is not gonna be a second driver,
No.
second seat driver.
Yeah,
So, like, where does that put Leclerc? Like, I don't know. It's all just, it's so messy. It's so much drama.
I know, and I'm like, where does Lewis go? Like, does he just
Lewis,
rides off into the sunset with Kim and they start like a fashion line? I don't know.
ah,
They went to Coachella together.
stop it. I know.
All of us are like, no,
Luis, ¿qué estás
no.
haciendo? Me das vergüenza, Luis.
Is this
Siento
his midlife?
vergüenza.
Is this his midlife crisis?
Girl.
Because what a midlife crisis. I don't know. I don't want to judge too much, but I'm going to because it's just like, oh, babe, what you
I
doing?
know.
What you
Look,
doing?
ultimately, I want him to be happy, but
Totally.
I'm not. I do not endorse that relationship.
I feel the way that I feel when Benito was with Kendall, with La
Girl,
Candle. And I was just like,
I never believed that was real. In my head, I am in denial, and I think it was
fue puro
PR.
marketing.
Fue puro marketing porque Benito, plus
Okay, but look what
siempre
happened to
estaba con la
Benito.
Gabriela.
Yeah, but look, that's a whole separate, that was
I
whole
know.
separate.
I know.
But look what happened to Benito. Like he was with Kendall, it was fun, and then he came back to his roots. You know what I mean?
I
And then
know.
he had the Vitiramas Fotos, which was like an
Which is
amazing album. So
amazing.
maybe this is the positive side of me spinning this. Maybe this
So
is
are
what
you
Lewis
saying there's a
needs to
championship ahead of
like,
us?
tal vez, if he can keep his seat, if Ferrari doesn't like dump him to the side of the road in favor of Ollie or Max or I don't
Fresh
know who
meat.
else. Yeah, who freaking knows? I
For
have
someone
no idea.
younger.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Ay, Diosito, no sé.
But
No, y
he,
sabes que, okay, we should expect some serious shakeups with the driver lineups either way, because look,
yeah.
let's be real. Fernando Alonso is gonna go.
Is he though? Se retiró y luego regresó.
Pero
I
ahora
don't
es
know.
papá. Now he's a
Y,
dad.
y sabes que, do you think that that matters to him? Do you think that like,
Yeah, because, okay, he's not in a good car. He's gonna spend so much energy just driving this cracker box. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, like,
no se va a retirar de like driving?
no,
He'll
he'll
leave
keep
Formula
doing
One. He'll go do something
other.
else. Yeah, he'll do like
Yeah, he's
rally
not
racing
leaving
or something else.
motorsport. He would
Yeah.
just not be an F1, I think.
Mm,
And then poor George, that leaves the whole, like, me, not a George fan, but he would be in the same position that he was last year, trying to figure out, am I going to have a team?
I know. They like lack. I was just talking Toto's praises about how he wraps his arms around his drivers. Minus George, I think. I feel like I don't get the warm and fuzzies around Toto and George.
I know
Like
why.
I think that they respect each other. I think that there's like a good foundation there, but I don't feel like it's like the same love or friendship essentially like he
Mhm.
had with Lewis, and like the same kind of care that he's giving to um a young Kimmy. And like George was in their like
Maybe.
driver development program for a long time too. So like Toto should probably feel that for him. But I don't
Maybe. Because remember, remember when the whole like news about Lewis leaving, or when was it? All I remember is that someone confirmed like George was spending the night at Toto's or something.
oh my god.
And it was like they hang out, like they they spend
Yeah.
time.
But
So
but do you
I
feel
don't
like
know.
he's like that's my dog. I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna ride for him. Like do you get I don't get that.
No.
Yeah, I don't get that feeling.
No, I think he'd be on the chopping block if Toto had the opportunity again to sign Max. He's 100%. He would chop George.
Yeah. Yeah, because like Kimmy's cheaper at this point and younger.
And
So he still
younger.
gets like the tenured experience, but gets, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
so interesting.
Oh, sorry, George.
Yeah. Should we talk about Christian Horner and his continue? Well, I guess we've talked about this a little bit, but it kind of is related to like all of these like different shakeups.
Yeah.
He continues to snoop around through Alpine and Aston Martin, and for now has continued to be blocked. But it seems like he's looking for any which way to re-enter the sport, which
And he will. I
I know.
100% expect to see Christian Horner in F1, maybe not next year, but who knows with all the weird shakeups going on. Look, for me, it's like if Fabio Briatore was able to come back into F1, how are they going to keep Christian Horner out?
Because dude had like Flavio had like he got some serious
Charges,
charges.
fraud, like serious charges against him. Like he was banned.
Okay, look again with the FIA and their freaking double standards.
Money.
They
It's money.
okay, yes, but they're also so petty because they let Flavio back in, but poor oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? Cadillac Andre oh my gosh, what's his name? The
Andretti?
Andretti. Yes.
Yeah.
Keep calling yeah. Like they blocked Andretti so many different times. He's been trying to enter the sport for years.
Years.
And then now finally with this like Cadillac deal, it he made it, he's there. But I'm like, they've put up so much hurdles, but then just let Flavio kind of like waltz back in,
Yeah.
which is wild, wild to me.
Yeah, it ended up, sorry, I'm reading about this. It was the whole Crashgate situation, and it ended up in
Yes.
French court. Like, this was
Yeah.
a whole
Yeah. Yeah.
scandal. And he was only supposed to step in as an advisor role
No.
with Alpine. Advisor role. Y mira,
That's
mira
like
dónde está, mira cómo está gritando y maltratando a, a los pilotos. Like, ugh, I can't stand that man.
he's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Like,
Pero,
did they really think that he was only going to be like an advisor?
oh yeah, it's like, he's like, give them an inch and they'll take a foot. They'll take everything. Like,
Yeah.
pero por eso te digo, like, there's no way that Christian Horner isn't going to find some sort of position back in F1.
Hmm.
Like,
It might take a
it's
while,
just going to
but
happen.
it might
It's
take
going
a
to
while, but he'll
happen.
be back. Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't love him. We all know that. But
I know.
it'll be interesting if and when he does come back into the sport. We'll have to take a look at that. Anyways,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy
We'll keep
times.
following. We'll follow the saga of Christian Horner. And honestly, also like Aston Martin's going through a lot. Aston
Hmm.
Martin with the whole Newey situation. It sounds like Jonathan Wheatley is going to step into the team principal
Yeah.
role. I know it's not technically not confirmed, but I think that's extremely likely. And I know he didn't have like a huge stint with Sauber, but I was looking more into his career and he's had a really incredible career. He's from Red Bull, right?
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Hmm.
Um, he definitely has a track record of improving, the team at Sauber. And I guess if he can work magic for Aston Martin, like good for him. And I really like him. I liked him. At least we talked about this. We
Yeah.
seem to both like him from Drive to Survive. So
He gives
yeah,
me the warm and fuzzies. I told you, like, I think he's
yeah,
too nice to be in Formula One. So is
I
I think
know.
is James Vowles. Like they seem too nice.
I know. But I think there's like a brainy side to James Vowles that makes him seem like a little more analytical, and Jonathan Wheatley
A little
might
bit more
as
shrewd.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. And
Um,
apparently there's like everyone's saying that the exit from Audi was like due to like clashes with like Mattia. And I think it's twofold because Audi's home base is in Switzerland.
yeah.
So again, with Jonathan having to like move from the UK to Switzerland, and then like maybe potentially there being like work conflict there. Like I think that's just like a hard sell, which kind of goes back to like the thing we were talking about Hannah, right?
Hannah Schmitz. Yeah.
Hannah Schmitz. Like it's I think for these teams that are not based out of the UK,
Hmm.
it's hard I think for them to attract and land and like um because like it's one thing to be like yeah let me like up it's Europe it's small like but it's still a totally different country like still
Different
like you're
cultures,
literally
different languages.
uprooting
Like,
your entire
yeah,
family and your entire life
yeah.
under like this immense pressure and I think Jonathan Wheatley's kids are like grown but like I
Hmm.
think about like maybe I don't know does Hannah have kids or a family.
I don't know actually.
Okay, well, say she like potentially she might or she might not, but like I just think about like personally for myself, like if that like just that what an amazing opportunity, like who wouldn't do that? But then it's like, oh crap, you're putting your whole family system
Yeah,
to a new country, trying to get like if you have kids, trying to get like your kids settled or trying to buy a house and like all this other stuff while managing this thing at full tilt, full sprint. I can see
I
how that
know.
can totally
It just
damage
feels
and
so
derail your personal
demanding.
life. Yeah, like it's not just
So
like
demanding.
a whatever. So um,
She does have kids. I just Googled it. She has two
she
daughters.
does.
I know. Ugh, even more of a
Hmm.
badass.
Even more. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, so as a mom, I feel like I have authority to speak on this. Like that would be such a hard sell for
So
me.
hard.
Like
Yeah.
we literally personal aside, and I won't get too much into it, but like we looked at doing like a global transfer to a different country with my company and holy moly, like we ultimately decided like it wasn't for us, even though I was like, of course it's going to be great. Like once you get like into it, like where do
Yeah,
we,
when you
what's the
really start,
school?
yeah.
Like I can see how for, so also like for a mom, when she's on the road as much as she is, that disruption for your family, like you really have to have like a good
Home
like
base. You need
yes,
to
a
have
good
a good
support
home
system.
base.
And like
Yeah,
would she have that in Italy? I don't know.
probably not.
Um so
Probably not.
yeah, I know. That is so impressive that she
I know.
I want oh my God, I need to go like Google
Y están
interviews.
chiquitas.
How old
Parece
are
que
they?
nacieron 2019 and 2021.
Oh my gosh. So her
I
oldest is
know.
7,
Hmm.
like my
Like
baby.
yours. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Damn. And she, wow. I need to pick it up. I need to watch it.
Girl, no, no. You do plenty. And I say this as a non-child, do the least kind of personality. You do not need to do more. You're doing amazing.
That is so impressive. I hope that
So
there's
impressive.
like, I'm sure there's interviews with her. I think she's like my new role model. I need to like,
It's
I
not
need,
Susie Wolf
oh, she's great
or La
too.
Bernie.
Oh, I love Bernie Collins.
I
She's so
know.
smart.
I know.
I love the way that La Bernie, I love the way that La Bernie explains things.
Yeah.
She,
She
she
makes it
like
digestible.
facts. And
I can understand what
she
she
doesn't let
says.
her male colleagues mansplain over her. And they sometimes like do or try to, and I'm like, this is the Bernie Collins.
Yeah.
Step off. Let her
Yep.
do her thing. But yeah, she's amazing. Love her.
I love her.
Love
I
her.
love
Yeah.
her. And I love that Hannah, I mean, just throughout the years, like her name keeps rising in the ranks. And my prediction is I think in 2 years, we should see her as a team principal, and it would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be so cool?
That would be incredible and
Yeah,
so deserving.
totally.
And it's not like she would be the first woman team principal. Sauber, I think way back in the day, had the first woman team principal. And her journey was also really amazing. She started off their head counsel.
Hmm.
She was an attorney.
Oh,
She was Indian born. Uh, Monisha. Monisha Culterborn.
okay.
And yeah, she was CEO, like such a badass. And so, anyway, and I hope to see Hannah in a team principal role sometime in the future.
Do you want to talk about Dorian? Is it Dorian? Dorian Pinn?
Dorian Pinn,
Since we're
yes,
talking about all the
I
baddies in
know
F1.
all the amazing women. So I cannot say that I'm like the super fan of F1 Academy. I would be lying to you if I told them I watched every race, but I've been following them more, these last couple of years because they're making waves, right?
Yeah.
They're getting more sponsorship, they're getting more races. And I was really excited to see coming out of the Mercedes house, which of course it would be Mercedes because of Susie Wolf and Toto Wolf.
Hmm.
But Toto Wolf confirmed that she will be doing a test drive in
Nice.
an F1 car. They're doing her seat fitting. Um,
Oh,
and I think it's just so awesome because I guess they were really impressed with her performance in the simulator. And like, I know it's not the real thing, but the sim really is, by all technical intents and purposes, like a true simulation of the F1 car.
well, even the other drivers that like come up from like F2 or F3 or
Yeah,
like they they most of the time like the cars are not available for them to like
they
actually
can't.
so like
Yeah.
they also spend most of their time in the sim. So
Yep.
yeah, totally tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course there's like a lot of the naysayers. They're like, whatever, like this doesn't mean anything. Like it's still too soon for women to be an F1. And she didn't go through the full circuit, right, that we see the male drivers go through, which is the whole the F4 to F3 to F2
Not all of them,
situation.
okay, but not all of them do.
Not all of them
Like,
do.
yeah.
Look at Kimmy.
Um, yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Like that's okay, whatever.
Yeah. So I was doing a little like intel on her, and Lewis is her inspiration.
Oh, I love that. I don't know
Yep.
much about her, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. So, really quick, just to give her a plug, she's 22. She's French.
Dang, she's young.
She's newer to the sport. So, again, one of the things that doesn't change is the cost prohibition, right? That just there, like the bridge needs to get addressed there in terms of like how expensive it is to get into the sport. She won, I think, 20, no, sorry. She won 7 races. She was a F1 champ. She scored 9 podiums and she finished in the points for all races last season, which is, I mean, amazing.
That's not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Good for her.
And yeah, I think like one of the things that I was looking into, like, what's the next step for F1 to really integrate, right, the women in
Mm-hmm.
F1. Right now, the races are still very siloed in terms of like they're only female races, right? So,
Yeah.
like, to really, I think, bring women into the sport, they're going to have to start integrating the races. I don't know at
Oh,
what level,
totally.
but
Yeah.
it's like start, instead of having a separate F1 academy race circuit, just bring them into F4 or F3, like whatever it
Yeah.
is. But I hope that that happens soon so we can really start seeing the potential of like women in F1. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are like, they will never be able to handle the G forces and blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
They say there's fucking female astronauts. Like, what do you mean?
I know, exactly. Not only
Get the
that,
fuck
but
out of
it's
here
like,
with that.
that's all just conditioning. Like
Yeah. Okay.
Yuki's a small man. Antonelli, Kimmy's a small
Dude,
petite man.
I
Like
weigh
you're
more than
telling
most
me
of these men. Like, you
exactly.
cannot tell me that.
Yeah.
I mean, my neck isn't that big, but
Mine is, and I don't do any training, but imagine if I did.
I got a big back.
I'm a big back.
Me too. That's why I joke about it. Um, but yeah,
But
like
yeah, you know what I mean?
you cannot tell me that they
Yeah.
can't. Also, like anytime someone viene con esas pendejadas, I'm like, women give birth unmedicated.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to get knocked out for a vasectomy. And when we get IUDs put in, they give us fucking ibuprofen. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta be like, I don't know. Women have
It's
like an
crazy.
incredible amount of like strength and pain tolerance. So whenever I
Yeah.
hear like those kinds of arguments, I'm just like, bitch, as if, please.
Not to
That's,
mention just willpower. Like
yeah,
women can do anything. But I thought it was really cool. Like I didn't know what to expect, but I ran into this content creator while I was like scrolling through the social medias who was kind of really excited about this. He's like, I don't follow F1 Academy, but this came up in the Mercedes headlines and he was like, let me look into the history of all the things that the articles of like what society also thought women couldn't do. And there was this news article that was like, women cannot ride trains because their uteruses are gonna fly out of their body if they ride a train. So they were trying to ban women from riding a train because they legitimately thought that our uteruses were gonna just bye.
because they don't understand women's bodies. Oh my God.
I know. I
That's
was like,
crazy.
what? Anyway, I thought it was hilarious. So, yeah, that is my little blurb about Miss Dorian. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but I think it's exciting because it's literally what Susie Wolf did. She did a
Yeah,
test drive with Williams, and that just kind of ignited her passion in building more inclusion for women in sports.
I
So,
love that.
um,
Do we know when the
I thought
test
it
is
was
going
cool.
to be?
They
It's
haven't
a private
confirmed yet.
test.
It is
Okay.
a private test. They haven't confirmed it yet because yeah, they're trying to figure out like when they would do her fitting for the seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
wonder if
I
it'll be before Miami.
you think it'll be that fast?
I don't know. I mean, hay tiempo.
Maybe. There's downtime. You're right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know a lot about how they do these tests. Like, is it with last year's car or like 2 years? Like, what cars do they use? Do we know?
Ooh, I don't know. I have a
I'll look
feeling it
into that.
probably isn't the the actual car right now,
Oh,
because
obviamente, yeah, no.
yeah.
But I'm
But
like,
then
is
the
it
the
like,
last car is so different.
yeah, I
So
wonder what car they would use for her.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. Maybe we'll have more to talk about that next time. But
That's
I
so
thought that
cool.
was really cool. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's add that to next time to talk about if there's any news on her or
Yep.
anyone from F1 Academy. I need to
Hmm.
follow I need to follow more of that because I honestly haven't been like that in tune with it. So,
Yep.
yeah, it's really cool.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, Speaking of drivers,
Hmm.
Lance Stroll made his GT3 debut and it was like, mah, mah. Um, Apparently he got lots of penalties for limits. I cannot talk. It's because I'm sick. I'm just gonna blame it on my brain not working.
Of course,
Track
Lance.
track limits and blue flags, and then also there was like other penalties that like the team accrued as well. So it was just like not the best. It was not the best debut. Um, I maybe I'm like being too harsh. Um, I just think like driving is not his thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's just been so clear from the beginning that this was like daddy's thing that he wanted to do with his son,
He
which like
accrued so many penalties for this GT3 stint that it was the equivalent of
of like
8 minutes
yeah,
and 25
yeah,
seconds.
I read that too. I just forgot to thank you for looking that up because I forgot to put it in the notes.
Just
I was
to illustrate
That's so
the
crazy. That's so
performance.
crazy. Nuts, right?
I feel so
Hello.
like, I mean, I think we were trying to figure out if there were some redeeming qualities to Lance being in the sport. And I think I was like, you know what? I heard he gives really good Secret Santa gifts, but let's just be real. I just don't think this is the sport for him. I don't see any passion in him
No.
in the sport, whether it's on the media, on and off the track. I'm actually surprised that he even signed up for GT3.
I think he maybe just did it because Max has done it. Like I don't think that he doesn't really strike me as like a person with like their own like singular drive to do anything. I feel like es muy copión que ve que oh esta persona está haciendo esto, yo lo voy a intentar,
Hmm.
pero like nothing, hay nada original ahí. Like it's
Yeah.
just lo que vea, he's like, oh yeah, I guess I can try that. Because like,
Y es lo que me cae mal,
mhm,
porque cuando tienes tanto dinero y puedes meterte
mhm,
en todo,
lo que
pero
sea,
no eres bueno, no
yeah,
estás al nivel de la gente que en verdad se esmera para estar
yeah,
ahí.
mhm,
Pero porque tienes dinero, tienes acceso ilimitado a hacer
mhm,
todo lo que puedas y lo que quieres.
mhm,
Y nadie te dice no, nadie te dice no.
yeah, I
It's
know,
annoying. It's annoying and it's just like it's one of the frustrating things I think about. It is one of the things that really frustrates me about F1 is that you don't I'm not saying that the drivers aren't talented, but it's very clear that there are and historically there have been drivers that buy their way into their seat
oh yeah, yeah,
and it's so like and everybody knows it. And
mhm,
everybody knows it, and it's just kind of
yeah,
like, ugh. That's the thing that gives me the ick with F1.
yeah, tienes que tener
Mhm.
lana,
Mucha lana.
yeah,
O que te patronicen patrocinadores, los
yeah,
patrocinadores.
like Checo found with Carlos Slim
Carlos Slim. Yep.
and the marketing machine behind Checo.
Yeah.
Um, which
And also,
again,
I will say, Checo also, tampoco hay que decir que Checo venía de nada. Porque Checo's family they're in politics.
oh, totally,
So,
pero a
también,
nivel,
claro, pero lo que se requiere para entrar a
yeah,
F1, for sure. Like, he couldn't
yeah,
have done it without Carlos and like sponsoring his career.
yeah, yeah. It's like a very elitist sport,
Yeah.
which makes it hard for just anyone new to really break
Anyone
in.
knew. I know.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
You
But
know, I
anyway.
saw, okay, kind of related, but off topic. I saw this thing on TikTok about how the NBA is like losing its swagger because a lot of the kids or a lot of the players are like basically like kids of former players,
Yeah.
and how it's like losing the culture. And I guess like that's kind of the same thing with like F1 where like there's no one in it for the no, I guess the argument that this girl was making was like for the NBA there's like no one in it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's just what I do because my daddy did it or whatever,
That's how
and
I
like
felt about Brony. That's how I felt
about
about
who?
Brony. Brony, LeBron James' son,
Oh, yeah,
joining.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, there's also, there was this NCAA coach for UCLA during an interview. I think it was last year. The reporter was like, can you say a little bit about the performance? And you could tell he was just fed up. He was like, you know, some people just need to acknowledge when they shouldn't be there. And he was alluding to the fact that sometimes these parents that have a lot of money put their
Oh, they like
kids
booster.
into the
Yeah,
booster league sports, right?
yeah.
And they like expect their child to be these like superstars because they have paid their way into the sport, but when it comes to like crunch time, they're just not good.
Mm-hmm.
And he was
Mm-hmm.
just like, some people really shouldn't be here. And that's how I feel about, not that anybody cared for my opinion, but that's how I feel about Brony. Like he just wasn't a good player. I don't even know how he made it onto the Lakers. There's no way LeBron didn't pull something to make that happen.
And also, okay, like going back to like the psyche of like the parent that does this, right? So whether that's like a LeBron James or like a Lawrence Stroll, I don't know, like don't you want your kid to be there on their own merit?
I
Like
know.
I I don't like that's so
It's so
I don't
weird to
know.
me, especially with the LeBron situation, because LeBron, like, he was a super talent. And he came
Yeah,
into the sport at 17 because he was such a prodigy in the sport.
I know. Yeah.
Literally came from nothing. And I'm like, I know you, LeBron, like, you know your level of like
And he demands that.
athleticism.
Well, he also demands that of other people and himself. Like,
Exactly. And I'm like,
and
and I
like,
know you know that your son ain't that good.
no, I know.
Let's
Yeah,
be real.
and like also like doesn't that like cheapen your social capital too?
That's what you
That
would
like
think.
you like like not your social cap maybe not social capital is like the wrong word, but like doesn't that
Your
cheapen
integrity.
your cred?
Yeah, I
Right?
feel like it would cheapen your integrity a little bit. It's kind of like when you put your neck out for like a coworker to get hired and you're like, "Yes," and then they
Y
like,
cagan el palo.
yeah, and then you're like, "Damn, girl, like or guy, whatever, like you're making me look bad. Like I put my name, I threw in your name in the hat, like and you it kind of reflects bad on you when like
Yeah,
it's really bad and you're
yeah.
just kind of like, "Damn,"
I
that's how
know.
I see it. But oh, I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
yeah, I really hope that, having like team principals and people like Jonathan Wheatley at Aston Martin, like I really do wonder internally, what do those conversations look like from the technical team saying, you know what, like you just don't have what it takes? Like how do you push the kid of your boss out?
Dude, I don't think that you can, which is why they're in the fucking situation that they're in. Like, eso nunca va a funcionar bien. Um, because who wants a lame duck partner?
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Anyway,
Anyway, that's just always like
I know. It's always
it's
a
not my
frustrating
Roman
thing.
it's not my Roman Empire or anything, but I'm always like, so there's a fucking seat that needs to like let's get a new body in here. Anybody.
Literally.
And literally anyone.
Literally. Yeah.
Um,
Give it
yeah.
to Dorian Pinn. Give it to her. Like
I know someone,
have her
someone,
have
I
her
don't
use
know.
this as a test year. Like the car shit anyway. Like
I know. Well,
let her
no, you know
let her
what?
drive away with it.
We don't want her hands to get forever damage from the vibrations. I think they
Ner-
fixed that, but it's just
nerve
always like I'm always
damage.
like, what the fuck?
I know that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
okay, what else is going on with the drivers? Oh, do we have Max and Giles from The Guardian?
Yeah. So
Uh,
this keeps like making the rounds on the socials. I think because we have
I
nothing to
know,
talk about.
I know, but I think we've
Um.
seen the end of it. I think
Yeah.
this is the end of it.
Yeah. Um. But I think it's. Did we talk about this? I don't think we
Ha-
did.
we didn't really dive into it, the whole situation of Max kicking out Giles Richards from the press room
Yeah.
because he felt he was being disrespectful, and he literally refused to answer any questions until Giles Richards left the room. And I
Him
think
out. He
we
pulled like a Trump and was like, "Get out."
get out. I know. And I think you and I, like, we kind of debated about how sometimes the media asks like really stupid questions where we kind of joke, we're like, yeah, we totally can see why like Max kicked them out because they ask stupid questions. But at the same time, it's kind of like he went a little overboard.
I think he did too. Yeah,
He
for
was being a
sure.
little princess.
Yeah. I think I don't think it sets like a good
And Red Bull
like
agreed, by the way. They were like,
no, yeah, they
we don't
put like
agree with what Max did.
didn't they like say something? There was like a I think there was like something that they oh, why am I blanking?
Like a
Never mind.
statement.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
they
word I
did
was
give a
looking for.
statement. And I guess like the FIA had to get involved, right? Because then like the media was up in arms. They were kind of like, whoa, like it just would set a really bad precedence, right? That any reporter, if they're on the bad side of a driver, you know, they're going to get kicked out. But I will say one of the things that was really telling from the Giles Richard perspective was he immediately knew what Max was pissed about. And I'm like, I'm petty like that. I know exactly why someone is mad at me. And I'm like, oh, is it because of this? So, like, Giles Richard also knew that he was being a menace,
Yeah, potential.
you
Yeah.
know? So it's kind of like, and that kind of sucks. But anyway, there's no penalties. Like, Max isn't going to have to pay any fines or whatever. And I guess
Not that he
Giles
cares.
has
Not that he
access.
cares.
He has access to the media room again.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, like there like Max took issue with like the tone, I guess, of what he asked.
Hmm.
Um, which
The tone, and
fair.
I think it was also that he had asked them the same question apparently like four times before. And he was
Mm.
like, why do you keep, like, do you want, like,
Which
what do you want me to say?
just answer it that way then. You
Yeah.
know, like which is what I was gonna say. Like
Yeah, put him on the spot.
sometimes if they're giving you like cheeky energy, like I
Yeah,
have totally seen the drivers give cheeky energy back, and I think that that's fair.
totally.
Um,
And Max is a master of cheeky energy. I mean, we've all
yeah,
seen some of his like deadpan, insane responses. Like, he has that in him. So it was really surprising to see like him react so like abrasively.
yeah,
Um,
and I think I will say too, like Max is definitely like one of those drivers that I think like this kind of behavior, like he gets away with it because of who
mhm.
he is. Like, I don't think in any way, shape, or form Lewis could ever do this. I don't think
Lewis
that,
could never get away with it. He would get
no. Yeah.
demolished in the media.
Yeah. Like, I don't think like Carlos would ever get like Franco Colapinto or like Alex Albon. Like, I actually don't know many other,
And I think it's also just like
I
it
don't think many
I
other drivers that
I
would.
know, I don't know, maybe people can debate this, but it comes with the role. Like, it's you
Oh,
have
100%. Yeah,
your
it does.
contract has certain media and press, interviews that you have to do. It's a requirement,
Hmm.
just like the marketing days, like all of that. It's part of your contract, and you just have to navigate it. And I think Lewis actually is a really good example of like, look, he's not always
No,
like nice to the reporters, but he's
no,
not rude, and but
no,
he can show his emotion. He shows his dissatisfaction, right, with the questions that are being asked, and that's okay. You don't have to kick them out.
Yeah,
Anyway, but
they're just doing
that,
their jobs.
yeah, I think Max was just being like, he was having a bad day and got super emotional, but like, it was just way overboard.
Is he PMSing?
Totally PMSing, like,
What an emotional man.
so emotional. They are, though.
Men are too emotional to be in this sport.
I agree. I agree. I'd be driving with my little like pop princess music, some Karol G,
Oh
just
my
like
God.
maybe get a little bit of road rage here and there, but
Um, yeah,
uh, I don't
anyways.
know. I know it's crazy, but we'll see. I don't think it's the end of the whole issues with the media, but
Oh
I think it
no.
is the end of issues with like
Oh
Max
yeah.
and this reporter.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh
we'll
yeah.
see.
We'll see. We'll see. Um, okay, moving on to our like maybe last topic. I put this as called like the F1 marketing machine.
Yes.
Um, since there's like no races and there's just like a bunch of like silly season speculation, I've just seen like the team social media managers are probably like, what the hell do we
Like, what do
do?
we do?
Yeah. So, I think I mentioned like last time that Franco Colapinto is doing like this event in like Buenos Aires. I saw like Alpine kind of like promoting that. And then apparently like Haas is doing like a meet and greet with the team.
Where?
Oh, I don't know. I probably should look that up, but it's like this week or next week. But I was like, oh, that's so interesting that they're like leveraging all of this like
For
pre-Miami like
Miami.
marketing like opportunity for like in-person events since like the drivers aren't actually driving or
Yeah.
maybe like they're on vacation or whatever. So I thought that was interesting. And then similarly, I saw like Mercedes was doing an evening with Toto and Susie. It's like in California.
I would pay
Um,
money to see that.
okay,
They're
yeah,
sold out.
it is. I didn't even check.
I checked the tickets. I was like,
Oh
"Ooh,
God,
can I
that's funny.
fly to this? Where is it?" Yeah, they had a couple of events, and apparently, like, at least there was one coming up in like New York,
Oh,
and
cool.
yeah, apparently they're
I
kind
don't know
of
if the one in
sold out.
I don't know if the one in California was like part of the original dates because I haven't seen like the Mercedes team account promote this before. Like I think so this is like
I
about
don't think they
Susie's
can because
no, but
it's
they
for
did.
Susie
They put it on their social. That's
on the
how I saw
Mercedes
it.
social.
Déjame revisar, but I'm pretty sure watch it be like
That's interesting. I would
watch
find
it
it
be that.
surprising if they posted it on. Okay, maybe they posted it because Toto is attending, but if it was just Susie, I don't even think they would be able to do that.
Shoot, it's
But what
not
do I
on there
know?
anymore. Wait, where did I see it? Pendeja. I should have bookmarked it. No, no lo puedo ver. A ver,
I'm looking up tickets.
Mercedes.
A ver, a ver, ¿qué dice? It's Wednesday, April 29th is the next event. Oh my God, they're expensive, girl.
No.
No me imaginaba que estarían así de caros. No,
How
no,
much is
no.
it? Tell us. Now I
Okay,
can't
for
find which account posted it because it's not in the stories anymore. Era in the stories. No era post, pero era in the stories. And I would like bet money that I'm pretty sure it was like on
it
the
was on
F1
Mercedes.
thing. Yeah, because then it had something with Dorian. The next story was something with Dorian after it. Anyway, I thought it was really
Oh,
interesting
interesting.
that they
Well,
were
I love
promoting
them
it.
as a power couple. I really like them. I think they're just cool people. The tickets are $702 a pop.
No way.
702. They're probably resale,
Oh, 100%.
but they're sold out. There's literally in this venue, I can count. There's like 10 seats left.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, good for them, but
Good for them.
I guess we
So
could,
anyway,
maybe we should read the book and then we could talk about it.
yes, I'm down for an F1 book club. We
Mm-hmm.
can do that. I mean, we have nothing but time on our hands. Oh yeah, look, the Mercedes social account, they're so bored. They did like a game. They did like a game. Um, and they have George. Oh, he's like doing like tire testing. This was 16 hours ago. Um, I don't think they know what to post.
I don't think they know what to post. It is kind of like downtime for sure.
Because here's the problem for them. They can't post about all the speculation.
No,
So like I feel like the media and like the reporters are going like crazy, right? With all like the speculation, but the teams themselves can't be doing any of that.
I know. I find it hilarious though. It's like I feel like they purposely like everybody go to these sporting events and then the journalist can like take your pop photos and that'll be
Yeah.
the F1
Yeah,
content
yeah.
because everyone's like watching tennis. They're like at the
Mm-hmm.
Paris Saint-Germain games. I'm just like they're like living their best life. I'm like
I know.
I don't see you working in the garage fixing the car.
I know. I'm like, can you get in the sim, please? Max is not at Coachella. Just kidding.
Max is not at Coachella.
I would not go to Coachella. Um, I think I would come back with like a pneumonia. Like it's too dusty. Um,
Girl,
I,
my
you have to
festival
camp,
days
right?
are behind me.
Oh yeah.
My
And
festival music, ugh, no. Plus, like, I'm a light sleeper. You don't
yeah.
sleep. People are up
Okay.
all night. It's not for me.
Personal aside about like how I cannot rough it. My daughter's Girl Scout troop needs to do like a camping and
I'm
like we are not going camping.
like, can you go glamping?
We are going glamping. We are going to a resort with fully furnished air conditioned cabins. And some of these cabins are basically casas. Like
Yeah.
they're not like a rustic. And like I was telling someone, I was like, "Oh yeah, we're going like camping." And they're like, "Oh, like on like with like a airbag, like a beat airbag. ¿Cómo se llama?"
Sleeping bag.
Yes, I was like, I am almost 40. There is
You're
no
like,
way that I am going to. Do you know what that? Okay, I cough so hard. I'm sick. I cough so hard that I fucking tweaked my back. Do you think I'm gonna sleep on the floor?
absolutely not. I have also put those days behind me. I still do an annual trip with my girlfriends, but now I sleep in my car and I have a mattress, a foam mattress that I put in my car. I'm like, I am not sleeping on the floor. Like, and then this year I'm like, must we? Like, we can't just go to a nice little like resort and all stay
Is that what you
together.
guys did this weekend?
No, that was with another group.
Oh, I love that.
But yeah, I was like, I don't want to sleep on the floor.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
No.
So speaking of camping for like events, we had thought about like going to Silverstone, and I was like, oh, we could do like the whole camping thing, and now I'm like, yeah, definitely not.
I would not. I
No.
wouldn't do it. I would maybe
Mm-mm.
like
I think
try and
people
find
also
an
camp for the Hungaro ring, and I'm like,
oh
that's a no for me.
no.
I just don't think I can do it. I don't have it in me.
Look, I've worked really hard to be financially stable and maybe more than financially stable at this point to afford myself little luxuries in life. Like why? If I
I
can
know.
afford to be comfortable and happy and not break my back, like why would I
Me va a costar
choose otherwise?
más ir a quiropráctico after, you know what I mean?
No
Like,
kidding. Yes, the hospital bills.
oh man,
No, es que es muy cansado. Es muy
I
cansado
know.
hacer eso, ¿no? Yo ya te
No.
digo, we're in full señora mode. Like,
So, señora.
I can't even, ya no puedo ni para el perreo.
Oh, I
Like,
know. I did tell her my meniscus doing that. I'm not joking. The doctor was like, so how do you think you tore your meniscus? And I was like, well, I was dancing.
Twerking.
aggressively. And he was like, what kind of dancing? And I was like, Latin dancing. And he was like,
Reggaeton.
oh, no, I didn't even tell him. He's not going to know. Um,
Bad
but
Bunny.
my
Two words for you. Bad
Bad
Bunny.
Bunny. No, my husband and I think it was like 3, 4 years ago. Like we went out and había perreo intenso. And then the next day I was like, man, my knee
My
really hurts.
God.
And it was like swollen. And then like months later, it was giving me problems. And I was like, it was that night. So el perreo sana, pero también el
Pero
perreo will fuck you up. So you gotta like,
todo con medida, con
yeah.
balance.
But who can have medida when you're like throwing it back?
Dude, no way. And
Not me.
especially with the old school reggaeton, I can't. I lose it. I lose
Oh
it.
my God. If you put on Plan B for me, it's over. Or
Okay.
Wisin and Yandel, over. Okay, I saw
Did you see
Yandel
the
in
cara?
concert. Oh no, I
Oh,
haven't
good.
seen it.
I haven't seen the footage either, but I saw that they were there and I was like,
I need to go back and watch her Coachella set.
me too. Me too.
Yeah.
What were you saying? You
Anyways.
went to go watch Isin y Yandel? ¿Cuándo?
Oh, not just Yandel when he did like his orchestral thing.
Oh, you told
Or
me.
Sinfonico. It was so good. It was so good. My husband did not go with me, but I went with people from work and it was like really fun. Um, but yeah, like I'm another person when that comes on.
Me too.
I don't even, I'm not Amanda. I don't know who I am. I'm not Mandy either. That's what my husband calls me when I'm like gringa. It's like Mandy. I guess I'm
Sandy.
Amanda. Amanda.
Eres Amanda.
Amanda.
Amanda comes out.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you need your alter ego.
I know. I need to think about who that would be.
Yeah, I guess maybe I need one too. Hmm.
Pues tú ya tienes.
Yeah, my alter
Tienes
ego is
tu,
Lisette. I have my
I
work
know your work one.
identity.
I
Yeah,
was telling my husband, I was like, Lisette has two work identities. I'm like, I don't know you professionally. I just know you personally. You also don't
girl.
know me professionally.
I don't know
Wild.
myself professionally. If I like
Wild.
listen to myself as a like outsider looking in and I heard myself on these meetings. Like, ¿quién es esta? I don't like it.
I kind of wish that all of our friends that like we grew up with, right? Like could like shadow someone. Like what the ultimate clowning. You know what I mean? Like wouldn't that be so funny
We
to
would
like
make fun of each other so hard.
I know. It'd be really
Bec-
funny because I'd be like, girl,
yeah, because the
for real?
pendejadas that we talk about, like
Yeah, I know.
outside of work, it's like, you're not, that's not you.
That's
Like,
not you.
let's be real. Like, be for fucking real.
I know. Anyways, wow,
It's
we're
so funny.
wildly
I
off
know,
track.
I know.
Anyway, we will
Okay,
not camp for F1 or for Coachella. Just
no,
that's where we
just,
went.
yeah, I hope our audience knows that. If Coachella wants to invite us next year, though, and they are willing to pay for accommodations in a nice place, we may consider it.
Potentially.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll give it strong consideration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I just want to one last thing that I wanted to talk about, and then we'll wrap it up. I saw a really cool thing going on TikTok because F1, again, the F1 community is so cool. The girly F1 community just is always awesome. So there's this content creator, and I want to give her a shout out. Her handle is at Team OP81. She is a die-hard Oscar fan, unapologetic, but she created this little like virtual Grand Prix. She's calling it the Crown Grand Prix, and it's to raise funds for nonprofits. So a bunch of like content creators are like, okay, like my driver is Sebastian Vettel, and we're racing him to raise like $1,500 to like the Trevor Project or like pick your own nonprofit. So now there's like a bunch of like content creators. Danny Ricardo apparently is coming up from behind and is about to take over Sebastian Vettel.
Oh my
Um,
gosh,
and they're
I
all
love
doing it
this.
to raise money for nonprofits. And I thought that was really
Oh,
cool. And I'm
I
like, that
love
is a
that.
great way to give like a free media to the F1 teams, keep us entertained while there's no races, and doing something great for the community. So
I
I
love
thought that was
that.
really cool. Yeah.
I was just looking her up on Los Tiki-Tokis.
Yeah. I love
Um,
her content too. Like she's so funny.
I love it.
Yeah. Love the energy. I really like what she's doing. And I think everybody should check her out.
I'm gonna check it out because I
Yep.
hadn't seen this on the Tiki-Tokis. Um, the community is so good.
So good. I could spend hours. I mean,
I know, it's really great.
not could. I do. I do spend hours.
I love the diversity in all the forms
Me
of
too.
like thought and like who people support and just like different takes.
Different
I think,
takes. Yeah.
yeah, I
Everyone
think
has something to say.
yeah,
It's
it's
way
super
more
cool.
diverse.
It's a younger crowd too. Like, because I came into the sport when I feel like it was just like a lot of like older men
Yeah.
that were commentating on stuff. And so, like, honestly, like that's kind of like shaped my view of F1 because that's just how I like came into it. So it's like really refreshing, I think, like from my personal perspective to like
So
see
cool.
all these different women and just different people, younger
Yeah.
people with like a whole different take on it.
Yep.
Um,
And I think
I've,
it's just the
yeah.
cool thing about the sport, like the reach that it has. Like I even noticed that in Seattle, like there's content creators that are doing these little coffee meetups
Oh yeah, like
while
watch
there's like
parties.
downtime. Yeah, little
Yeah,
watch parties, like there's no race going on or they're doing them for the Grand Prix. And I probably will pop into one of those
that's
someday
cool.
just to like see what it's about. But I just think it's really cool and like there's a cool community and
Or just like learning new stuff.
yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
super cool. I'm like,
yeah.
dang.
I
I like it
know.
when people go back into the archives and like dig up like old races. Like I've seen people. Do you still have F1 TV? Or no, sorry, Sky T. What?
Yeah,
¿Cómo
F1.
lo ves?
Well, now it's on Apple.
Oh, pero
I
¿qué
have F1
tuviste
TV.
todavía?
Yeah.
Okay, because they have the archives, right, of all of the
Yes.
old races. I've like had people say, like I've like seen it on like TikTok where people are like going back and watching like old races um during this time. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, interesting. I think what I'm gonna do, actually my husband recommended it, so shout out mi esposo. We're gonna go back and finish watching the Keanu Reeves documentary on the Braun F1 team. I feel like we watched most of it. It's on Hulu. But I think we're gonna go back and watch it. There's a lot. I'm like I'm blanking on like the premise of it. There was this team called Braun F1. It collapsed or something. They had a demise. They're obviously not a team anymore.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, but so Keanu like did this like several years ago. It's like a couple years documentary.
Hmm.
Um, and then he did such a good job with it because I mean he's James Wick, so
Yeah.
duh.
John Wick. I know.
John Wick, yeah, James Wick,
Yeah.
pendeja. He's John Wick, so duh. I should not like refer to people because I always just get their name wrong.
I do
Um,
too. I do too. We have the same problem. I was calling Christian Horner like I don't know what the other day. I was like, wait, what? I know this guy's name.
but now Cadillac um hired him to
Keanu.
do Keanu their like documentary. So he's working on that now,
I
which is
love
really,
that.
really cool because I think he has like a really good insight into it. I'm trying to look at when
Yeah.
it came out. So
And he's like a huge motorhead, I think. Like he's
he is.
super
Oh
into
yeah.
like motorcycles and that kind of thing. We love Keanu. I love Keanu.
Let me look at the documentary. Hold on. So,
Yeah, let's do a plug.
oh, and it came out in 2023. And Jensen Button was their driver, along with some other driver.
While you recover, I'm also looking to see if the library systems has like F1 race archives because public libraries are magical. Well, mine does not. It has a lot of books, but it does not
Oh
have
my God, I'm
media.
so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. We don't want you dying.
I literally. Oh my God. Anyway, it's a good documentary. I need to rewatch it.
I'll probably watch it. I have time to fill. I'll probably read Driven and I'll probably watch this documentary.
Oh, I mean, I might listen to it on audiobook. Driven.
Hmm.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
that's
long
what
it
I'll
is.
do. It's probably not
Okay.
that long. And
I have
then
a.
if you do watch an archival race, may I recommend, and this is like everyone's
Oh.
favorite race, the 2011 Montreal Grand Prix.
Mm.
It lasted like 8 hours.
This was before my time. This was before I was into F1. And
Hmm.
8 hours. ¿Por qué?
Red cars. Red
Oh,
cars,
red flags.
weather. Yeah, it was like the ultimate, most chaotic race ever.
Is this one? Blah, 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 blah. After that race, is that when they implemented like the total race time that you can have with red
Oh,
flags?
oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I wonder if they
Honestly,
did.
it might be because that was like a total, it was insane.
Oh man. Okay, I'll have to watch that. I need to figure out how I can see that, but
Okay, it wasn't
okay.
8 hours. It was 4 hours, 4 minutes, and 39 seconds. There was a 2 hour rain delay. And guess who won the race? That was like super unexpected.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like who was racing in that age, in that time.
Jensen Button.
Oh, I like
Our,
Jensen
I
Button, our
know, our
guy.
boy Jensen. Yeah, he um overtook Seb for the win.
Oh, okay.
He was in last place and he somehow miraculously strategy, you guys, strategy played a big, big, big part. But yeah, you should definitely watch it. I watched it recently. Obviously, not sit through 4 hours of it.
Hmm.
Even if you watch like the 30-minute highlights, if you can find it on like YouTube or something, like it is an insane race.
I'll have to watch that. Okay, that's what I'm
Super
starting now.
entertaining.
I'm losing steam and I can feel my
You need rest
I need to take
and
my NyQuil.
we need to wrap it up because we're at time.
Okay, well,
Yep.
thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll catch you next week.
We'll catch
Hopefully,
you
I'm
next
better
week.
by then.
And we'll have a lot more gossip because lots of regulation stuff and
Oh my God,
there's
yeah.
more rumor mills will get confirmed. Okay,
Okay, bye.
bye.